Hi, my name is Free, and today I wish to make a film which I hope inspires people to cultivate and utilise this incredibly healing plant. I've been growing cannabis for many years now. However, it's only the last 10 years that I stopped smoking cannabis and started eating cannabis. And since I've been eating cannabis, I really began to feel the deep healing that this plant brings us. This is such an incredible plant in that it is the only plant which produces in any abundance and quantities these compounds known as phytocannabinoids. Now, what makes cannabis unique is its ability to do this, and there's well over 100 of them, but the two primary ones of most abundance and found within the plant is THC, tetrahydrocannabinol, and CBD, cannabidiol. Now the THC is the psychoactive. However, in a fresh plant like this, you will find THC acid, non-psychoactive. It's only when it's dried, the word drug coming from droga to dry, once it's dried, the THC acid becomes THC. So fresh plant, non-psychoactive. Juicing this plant is incredibly healing because you can juice a whole plant, getting all that goodness into your body and not get high. However, if you want to get high, then dry the bud and get the drug. That's how it's done. But to have a plant fresh, that's where the deep healing is, as Dr. Courtney has shown. However, juicing fresh cannabis, maybe not always that, well, that's what I wish to inspire people to do, is to grow the plant and to have that experience. It's so incredible, healing upon the body. Now, those who maybe not, well, this time of year we're just coming, this is quite late harvest really, that's why the leaves are turned purple, but I will be harvesting this hopefully today or in a day or so, and I will juice the leaves, and I'll have quite an abundance of leaves to juice. However, I will be drying the bud because I do like to get high from this plant. However, I might juice a few heads as well. Anyway, those who find, it coming into winter, what I've becoming increasingly aware about is the incredible healing of CBD pretty much on its own or with low concentrations of THC. Now, CBD shares many of the properties of THC, in it being an antioxidant, eliminating cancers from the body, an antispasmodic, an antifungal, antimicrobial. It has many healing properties. And it also, as Dr. Courtney has pointed out, it's the only food group with cannabinoids which allows for the healthy cellular functioning of all 210 cell types, and it's the only food which allows for the biofeedback from post to presynaptic nerve, allowing the body to talk back to itself, so we have the ability to enter into homeostasis and balance health and well-being. I truly feel that this plant is the most healing plant there is for us to heal ourselves and to know ourselves as the divine sovereign beings that we are. And as divine sovereign beings, we have a lawful, God-given right to cultivate, possess and utilise this plant. Any legislation that says otherwise is criminal because it is denying the healing of this plant and claiming instead that it's undeniably dangerous and a cause of mental health. The danger comes from its prohibition. Prohibition does not stop drug use. It merely criminalises the activity. It aims to make criminals out of lawful people who grow God-given plants. Also, it attracts that mafiosi gangster element to its large-scale production and supply, so we end up with this, what I call mutant crackweed. Cannabis which has been bred for high THC, low CBD. Because the thing about CBD is it's antipsychotic. It balances out the effects of the THC. So when you have these super high THC strains, low CBD, bred, cloned from these hybridized plants, put under artificial light in a setup with either hydroponics or aeroponics, where they even be sprayed with these chemical fertilizers and other stimulants, and they're not being flushed out of it. And often in factories where, like with the Vietnamese mafia, where they're using child slave labour, it creates a totally mutated crackweed. It's like seriously unnatural. And as Dr. Reynolds, Queen Victoria's personal physician, so rightly stated in the Lancet back in the late 1800s, when pure, and administered carefully. Cannabis is one of the most valuable medicines we possess, so it's those points, it's the purity and the method of administration. This is a pure, loved plant. This is grown with pure love, naturally in the earth. Sunlight, earth energy, natural feed. I actually just mulch around it with the waste of juice, hemp milks that I make. Just put around the stem. So totally naturally fed with great medicine. Something was grown in a factory with, gangsters and... Now, okay, it's one thing to grow indoors with lights. If people do that, love your plants, as I'm sure you do already. It's that stuff which is grown in factories. That's the problem, and the governments have created that problem. It was never a problem when it was growing outdoors naturally. So it's the prohibition that's created the problem. It's created this mutant crackweed which is causing a lot of problems. I wish to inspire people to grow naturally the holy tree of life. This plant is so healing. I am absolutely blown away by selling products which are pretty much just CBD with very low THC from industrial hemp. The transformation in people's lives that it has had. I've lost count on a number of people who could barely walk and were not sleeping through arthritic pain or other pains in their body, and now the inflammation is going because it's anti-inflammatory. The pain is going because it's an analgesic. It's incredible. And also, well, I watched my mother die, not so much from cancer, but from the drugs that she was given to treat cancer. Treat cancer? Wow. That's a novel way of putting something which, like chemotherapy, less than 1 in 10 survival rate? So say 7%, yeah, less than 1 in 10. It's criminal. But people are subjected to this invasion upon their body. It's really sickening, and to watch it, and that they allow this to continue. It's totally criminal to see it happen. And thousands of people are dying every year in this country from pharmaceutical drugs when they could be utilising, I feel, this plant naturally in a sustainable, healing, loving way. And as I say, well, it's 7 people now that I've had feedback from, or friends or people who've taken this CBD who've had cancer and no longer have cancer in their body. One, unfortunately, is dead because when he went into hospital to be checked, when they found that most of the cancer had gone, there was a small part left in one, but in 2 other areas of the body the cancer had cleared. But he got a urinary infection in hospital, and they wouldn't allow him his CBD, and he died in hospital with a urine infection. This is criminal, what's going on. And that's just like a few minor, just a couple of cases of thousands of suffering, major suffering around the world because people are being fed poison and denied their tree of life. So I wish to inspire you, my brothers and sisters, my sweet little co-resistors. Will you plant some hemp in your garden? The tree of life really is the one to bring the healing of the nations. Namaste.